Yeah, that Complexity is down here. They do now. They've come and they've actually recovered it quite nicely. Good op shot from Simple. Poison's finally arriving from ramp room for the lurk, but Simple's too good, too quick. And Rush is certainly going to jump to his death. Simple gets out of danger. He's got a teammate down here as well. Nice hops from Rush, but he can't get the kill. Electronic bails Simple out, and 4-0.
I think it was the fact that that there was a Molotov stopping part of the ramp push so that they could be allowed to go back down to B and get those kills without having to worry about getting shot at the back immediately. So, yeah, some good shooting obviously coming out here from Simple, but I think also just good awareness for Navi. It helped so much once they had established that that's where the attack was coming from, essentially from behind the ramp room. And then the regular path in there, they only get the one kill on Electronic, and it's 5-0 for NAVI.
5-0 and starting to build a lot of money. That cash on the CT side is ballooning pretty quickly. Complexity need to have some kind of success pretty soon. I mean, you want to talk about two of the heaviest hitters on Complexity that need to have good games if they want to over-display.
I mean, that's a bit disappointing compared to the AWD and Simple. Doesn't mean he couldn't win the fight, but it does make it quite a bit trickier. Still plenty of time left in the round here for Complexity to figure out where they want to go. They've been waiting outside and they haven't seen any kind of aggression at all. So gonna throw those double, actually triple smoke outside close to Mini, but only Blamef is actually out there. The rest of them are inside. So let's see how far he can get before he runs into any kind of trouble. If he can get all the way to Mini and swing in, that would really help that A attack.
Oh yeah, this upper defense is in trouble. Boomich, I don't even think he's considering Mini. He's way exposed. Nobody's watching this. So if Blamef actually makes the play, which he's not, he's transitioned all the way to Warehouse. So again, Blamef, the lurker on the other side of the map. It's all down to this initial contact at the upper hit, and it's a fake again. Utility thrown, but Ramp Room is going to be the target, and I think they're aware. Flamey at an off angle, first kill, and the second, almost able to spray down Oboe as well.
I think they were thought maybe someone would be pushed back into Blamef here, and it must be upsetting that no one has been. He needs to win this fight, and he's not going to get it. That's such a long time spent for a big if, and it doesn't actually come into play at all. Perfecto also picking off Rush, and they know Obo must be up there somewhere. Easy kill for Perfecto. Really nice triple in the round. I think they were expecting a couple of different things, that once that ramp room is under attack, someone would have fallen back. And remember, previously, they've had Simple at that corner. So it would have made sense that Simple, if he had been there, he would have fallen back with the AWP right into Blamef. But those are a lot of assumptions, and that wasn't actually what was happening in the round.
Well, here's two things that I think Complexity need to be discussing during this timeout. First and foremost, this is twice now they've tried to throw up that fake. You know, in the pistol round and that previous round, you have a utility and presence and spam coming into the upper bomb site, and then you transition over and try and attack ramp room. It hasn't worked. That round was a double kill from Flamey. Previously, it was Flamey and Simple shutting it down on the pistol. The other thing is I think they need to stop throwing fakes at this point. They're not getting the kills required to make those fakes effective. And they need to just actually go back to trading and power. You have some very strong players on this team, and I'm not sure why they're relying so much on trickery to start this map. But it's not working, so now it's time to go back to the basics. Go establish outside control. Go try and trade your way down secret. Maybe you can switch it up and hit the upper bomb site through Mini, but you need to start establishing the fundamentals of Nuke.
I imagine it could be a good chance there for a bit of a refrag at the very least. Simple though, not missing much. The Deagle one actually he probably could have just stayed safe. I bet he unlucky that it didn't. You might want to do it again, you know.
Yeah, but there's only so long you can really ride that unlucky line, right? Like, you only get so many of those.
People do that a lot, I feel like.
Well, especially in esports.
Oh God!
Everyone in the world of video games thinks that they're unlucky at all times. Yeah, that's a nice shot from Blamef. Still, you've got Perfecto and Boomich alive. Perfecto's in lobby, and Boomich is downstairs already and waiting behind the box. And he's now going to have all the information. So unless this is cleared out from above... Oh, he spotted that. It was spotted by both. A pre-fire from Poison doesn't work. And now Blame F. This is going to be a tough one, and Boomich is just trying to delay as long as possible, but right through the smoke, he's got it. Not aware the doors are going to open off the bomb, off the plant, and Playmat fakes it. There's the peek, and he's got the win. An unlikely victory and a triple kill provided by the captain.
Yeah, that's a really unlikely round for them to win. I actually can't believe it worked out that way, especially in the 1 versus 2 towards the end there, but really well played. Bit of a pistol that Simple didn't actually bite on there. This is... I mean, he had to do that. He couldn't spend any more time. The fact that he just faced the bomb, there wasn't that much time left. Excitement all around for the Complexity squad as they will pick up their first round here on Nuke. And what a good time to do it. I mean, that does actually cost the Navi a lot.
And Electronic just looked bored. He's like, all right, they get one. It's fine. It's fine. Here we go. Set piece towards the upper bomb site. This time it's not a fake, but Perfecto's in the rafters. That's a good double kill. 3 on 2. Flamey's gone for the big flank into lobby. He's taken down as well, but the HP on Complexity is so low.
Another 2 on 2. If they can win this one, then we're really starting to talk. I mean, that's almost all of the money in this round here for NAVI, so... This would be a big chance. Oh, and he goes down. Electronic without a shot. Now Simple in a 1 versus 2. And that smoke in front is scary. If he fires this gun, surely they're going to come for him right afterwards. I don't think he can get 2. There's 1 no-scope, but oh, they're not even moving. Poison's right there. Simple's underneath them, and he's going to get it. Not even scoping. Double no-scope to finish the round. And that's a 7-1 lead now. That's not where you're supposed to use that AWP at all.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, I was thinking the same thing. He couldn't swap out for the AK-47, but of course, I don't know what makes Simple so confident his no-scopes are going to hit, but goddamn, he does it. 2 in a row. Well played from Simple. And you're right, that kind of slams the door on a real nice opportunity Complexity had to break the economy to kind of close the gap in the scoreline. Keeps Navi flush, keeps them with a little bit of space, and the buy still in their hands, up against pistols again. 1 hero AK on Blame F. And he's outside all on his lonesome.
Yeah, he wants... I mean, again, I think it's because he's been successful in actually lurking around out here. He feels like, you know, I should do it again. All I need is, you know, 1 good moment where I find someone and it opens up the whole thing. I can understand, like, why it's enticing to do it, but you're right. It could also just continuously backfire, and then you're in trouble. He does find Electronic out there trying to get up from the secret stairs, so now they actually have a man lead with not that much equipment. Flamey will swing in for that kill. Simple. That's a bit scary, yeah. He's swapped out for the M4 and should wait for a Flamey to try and get here as well, one way or the other, so that they could go together.
This is a very long flank that Flamey's going into. Simple trying to fake a drop down so that they think he's coming to mini. Flamey, that's a must-win fight, and he's got it. Dinked up, a lot of damage dealt, 2 HP. Rush is spotted, and Simple's falling as he gets the kill. 2 no-scopes in the previous round in a 1 versus 2. This time in a 2 versus 1. He's falling through the air.
Yeah, just doing it all. That's got to be frustrating. That looked like Complexity, because they just did give Navi a bit of money in the previous round. Looked like they were about to take it away here again, and then they can't quite follow through. The bomb plant is huge with the round loss bonus on top. That means they're going to have plenty of money to buy, as we could tell. But, yeah, 8-1. This is an incredible start here for Navi.
Look at the scoreline as well, Anders. Config. No kills yet in the game. He is not even on the scoreboard, so he's having a tough time. Why not? That's got to be frustrating for Rush. Ugh, 8-1. Simple running a clinic at the moment with a couple nice late round plays. And again, back to the upper bomb site. Utility being spent towards mini. No commitment just yet. The Flame's going to hold back Boomich. Looks like they want to try and get down vent, but Rush is just going to barrel his way out. Perfecto, blind late. There's Simple chiming in. He falls. Hit on that upper bomb site as well. Really only 1 person super dedicated. Perfecto is up on the rafters. He was getting blind. Utility held Flamey, or not Flamey, excuse me. Electronic. Nope, not Electronic either. Kept Boomich back from coming through mini. So that really isolated those defenders.
I mean, a bit of a scary start, but getting kills like that through smoke will absolutely help out here. 8-2 overall scoreline here. We've made our way 2/3 into the first half still. Obviously, first map picked by Complexity, which doesn't seem like the most solid pick in the world at the moment.
No, well, I mean, look, they had a very slow start. They had players not stepping up, not getting kills that normally find frags. I think tactically they came in with a weaker game plan that I would have liked. I didn't really enjoy their opening gambits. But now that they've got economic control, let's see what they can do. They can really close this gap. 8-2 lead, but Navi, as you mentioned, out of money. That's a nice trade onto Electronic as they storm down through Secret to the lower bomb site. Config and Oboe to lead the way. Flamey's already down here with an M4. Boomich is all alone in the upper bomb site, and Perfecto's got the cross. So he'll have the information if Complexity commit to the lower bomb site.
Yeah, and that was one of the 2 rifles, so you're absolutely right. Getting a trade on that is just fine. And they slow it down with a minute left, so no issues there either. Boomich did go investigate. Gonna start to fall back and check a little bit towards Mini, probably worried about what's going on out there. Could be dangerous if you get a 1D coming and they fall back out to Secret again, but they're gonna defeat him right away, so that really helps.
Oh, and Config's watching for this exact push. He's got it. Nice shot onto Perfecto. Flamey's up next. He's got the armor. And Config has a new angle. No way that Flamey can make a play to win this round, so again, saving the M4 is his goal, and it's a Complexity now, so it's not looking too bad. You know, in this middle portion of the game. Complexity seemed to at least found a foothold to build upon.
Yeah, it's really interesting, right? Because we had some pretty heartbreaking rounds earlier, and again, it looked like they were running their heads into the wall just continuously. But I guess it sort of gave way after a while, and now here we are. We're about to do a 3rd round. Navi is struggling a lot with the economy. If they could get up to like 5 or 6, I think things are starting to look way more respectable. Definitely an opening to get back in here. It's a very committing position for Electronic. He really could never have fallen back from that, I think.
No, yeah, he was one and done for sure. 8-3. Down to a 5-round lead, and it's looking like a great opportunity to close that to 4. As Navi again just going for a small buy. Simple has fully invested in both of these rounds, this and the last round. Down to $0 with this Deagle. So you have to imagine that AWP is going to remain out of his hands going into the next gun round. Flamey's picked off, and I don't know if they saw Electronic. No one even looks at another 1-for-1, but that was close. Oboe almost falls immediately afterwards. And Navi's starting to get aggressive with these pistols. Look at the position of Boomich and Perfecto looking like they're ready to pounce into lobby for a crunch.
I mean, Simple actually has a flashbang. If you wanted to throw it down from ramp for the rest of them to try and maybe do something, that would certainly be interesting. They could go for a lobby crunch. That might be their best chance right here. Otherwise, they're going to be fighting one at a time pretty much no matter what happens. Blamef once again investigating outside, and they're going to boost up.
Yeah, Blamef has been a huge part of this T side. Not as effective as he'd like, but he's number of times we've seen him get outside control by himself and start to open up an opportunity for a flank or to bust into this bomb site. So utility might take the attention away and give Blamef that space to get into the rafters. Ever so slowly, but 45 seconds on the clock. He's got plenty of time.
Yeah, and actually Perfecto will find a kill beforehand. Just Blamef with 1, and it happened so quickly. You could see Boomich not even able to really turn for it. And Simple's been waiting for a long time back here. We'll pick up the M4. Now, as you said, he invested everything, so saving the M4 would actually be big news. Gonna throw a grenade that's not gonna catch anyone. Bit of damage, but not enough for a kill. And, oh, there's one on Poison! What a ridiculous way to open this up. Now he's gonna flash his way in. If he gets this one, it's absolutely disgusting. He'll take down Oboe next, and he actually has a kit. And Blamef is so far away. If he went straight for the defuse, I don't think Blamef could get here in time. Now, Simple doesn't know it yet, but this is already outrageous. 3 seconds on it. He's got his back turned. Blamef a second away, and oh, he does it. Navi will win the round. A 1 versus 3 for Simple.
Man, that's BlameF is going to feel a little bit silly. Simple 16-4. This is a magnificent clutch. He hears the scope, goes for the spam. Even checking mini here. Obo forced into a peak with low HP. BlameF isn't making a bad play per se, but the timing of it is just so rough. And he never picked up the pace. He was worried about a bomb tap and Simple getting off of it. So just a quarter second late.
Yeah, a quarter of a second, you're right. They sent Config out here, even flashed. I'm so impressed he managed to get that rush as well, and BlameF will follow up. And the A-rush is working for the minute, but if Flamey gets another one, that's all going to change. What a double kill. He'll eventually burn, but it's a one-on-one, and Simple's walking in. BlameF knows it. He's not even scoped up. He's going to be so quick, and he'll clutch it again for his team. 10-3 overall, but Simple is 17-4. Now, that's hard to deal with.
I think that's 4 clutch scenarios that he's won in this game so far. He had a 1 versus 2 earlier. He got the kills in a 2-on-2 earlier. And now these past 2 rounds, a 1 versus 1 and a 1 versus 3. And if it's not for those heroics, Complexity might be making a good half out of this. These upper hits have started being really effective. They're just falling apart at the last moment against Simple.
Yeah, I mean, if not for some of those rounds, right, but those 2 rounds right there, those are the rounds that Complexity needed to be up at 5, 5 to 8 sounds so much better than the 10-3 that we're actually at. And now be even winning some of these rounds. I mean, that's a couple of one-on-ones there, and Simple actually died in the previous clutch. This one, it was a one-on-one, and he got to save the AWP, but they don't have any money, which is kind of bizarre when you've just won 2 rounds.
Yeah, but both of them just so close. Electronic spamming into this smoke. They might try and hit a timing on the reload. I'm surprised Rush didn't hold the angle to keep him locked into the mini garage. And BlameF going to lead the way. Rush now moving towards lobby. He's the one all on his own, and he's got to be very careful about this AWP and ramp room. Looking for any aggression. That door's blown open as well, so Rush is in kind of a tough spot. Oh, and he's lucky to be alive.
Which just playing for information. Good way to make that jump happen so that you just see if anyone is there. Rush trying to make a little bit of noise, but he won't catch anyone with the Molotov, and they're well aware that there's a little bit of danger downstairs. BlameF gets caught this time around. Simple going to get outlawed by Poison, though. And Boomich, in spite of being aware, is still getting shot at the back, so maybe not that aware after all. Now it's a 2-on-4, and Complexity about to find a 4th round if they get the bomb down, which is looking doable.
Oh yeah, Flamey's already called for the save. He's at about half HP. Perfecto would like to find a weapon. Unfortunately for Navi this time, Simple is killed without a frag of his own. 17-5 for Simple. Obo and BlameF both hit double digits, which is great to see. Obo, I think, at, 6-0 for Navi. I think he only had 1 kill, maybe 2. Config as well was at 0 at that point. He's now up to 5. So slowly but surely, Complexity's working back into this game, but I really think they need to hit 5 rounds on this T side if they want a chance when they switch over.
Yeah, this is sort of a round so far, half so far of what could have been for Complexity, if not for those really brilliant clutches coming out from Simple. But yeah, if you're Complexity, you're probably thinking, it says 4 on the board, but it should have been way more.
Nice blame.
All right, we got Jason Lake with at least some of the fans. Gonna give me more people in there. Send out the word.
Send out the word. Shout it from the mountaintops. Last round of the first half, and again another low buy for Navi. 2 M4s, 2 Deagles, SMG, and Perfecto as they try and bury Complexity a little bit deeper. Boomich, I think he spotted the gun barrel of Rush, but wasn't ready to take the fight, and they're actually going to cross the secret. This is a pretty fast-paced outside hit. Oh, and look at this nice little lurk coming in from Rush. If he follows down vents.
Do something about it. Flamey all the way back here. A lot of danger if they throw a Molotov at him. He's going to be alone 58 seconds, and he's really boxed in right now. This is scary.
They're going to go back up top. BlameF gets a kill and a second one. Maybe that forces them to commit to this lower bomb site, but they still don't know the position of Flamey, and that's found right at the last second.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, 5th round incoming.
again, like I think 5 is okay. You can make this work. It's just, there could have been so much more complexity. Actually, kind of flying under the radar a little bit. 10-5, but they had a big chance here to get all the way to 7 or maybe 8 even in the first half. Doesn't work out that way. Simple ending at 17-6, and let's see if he can continue in the second half. And it's coming up after the break. Stay tuned.
Lead 3 solo clutches by Simple, and even a 4th one added in with some nice kills with a 2-on-2 with his teammate. So this could have been a much worse half, and I understand partially some of the screaming. We heard their team speak the other day. It sounded hectic. It sounded crazy. Of course, that's also probably the Russian mixed in as well for a lot of us who don't speak the language. But, I mean, there were a lot of fakes thrown early on for complexity, so probably a lot of people trying to figure out exactly what's coming. Outside hit for NAVI. Ooh, good start for Obo and Blame F. Obo eventually goes down, and it's big trades for Simple and Electronic.
Yesterday's answering back with some of the P250s, 3-on-3. They're a little bit low on health, but it doesn't really matter against the USPs that much. It's all about the headshots. And Config, he's ready if someone wants to open that door. It's hard to clear him out. They don't have a Molotov like you'd normally use in a later round. You could try and burn out that corner. That happens all the time, but they don't really have that luxury here. So they're going to have to go and find him. And while they're doing that, I mean, there are more people on the A-bomb side that could try and look for him. Config goes just a quick peek. No one opening the door still. And he's going to fall a little bit further back. 50 seconds. And they want to try and see if they can crunch this bomb site. But there's a lot of presence here. This won't be easy. A good, strong kill would definitely set them off right. It's Rush to go down first. And Config in the corner, getting overrun. And now there's no safety for Poison. He's going to get shut down. He could never escape that. And that's Na'Vi winning another round, which started in Complexity's favor.
Oh, man, I thought the Complexity, again, just like the first half, played that really well. And it's just all taken away from them right at the end. In that 3-on-3 at the end, Config hears Flamey's footsteps at door, so he's starting to put the puzzle together there. He peeks outside, he sees Simple. He peeks again a little bit later on, he sees them in Mini. And they even had a 3-man trap set up, but the problem was they sprung it at the wrong moment. You had Poison up and Raptors who couldn't fight players in Mini. Config couldn't swing wide enough to fight in Mini because Flamey had him boxed in, and Rush in the site peeks out. So they had everything set up. They got all the information, they got the proper defense. It was just mistimed of when they all decided to fight.
I love the fact that Electronic just backed off after he got clonked through the box with a scout. He just took 96 damage and thought, you know what? I don't want to be leading this party anymore. I'm just going to go back and wait somewhere else.
I mean, when you get shot in the head by a scout, it doesn't even really feel like a party at all. You're having a really bad time.
It's the instant hangover, really. I just drank
you
hangover
just go sit in the corner. Oh, this party's gone south. Config with the Deagle, not going to land any shots. And now lower bomb site is in a lot of danger. Blame F has dropped down. Poison is going to be here with the scout. There's Obo as well with the Deagle. But question is, what can they do to stop this? I don't think they can do anything.
Yeah, I doubt it as well. I love this move from Flamey. Just getting out into the smoke, and he could explode right through in case he heard any footsteps on the other side. A grenade will also make sure they get softened up a bit. And now it looks like Complexity is saying, you know what, we have some utility and some armor. Let's just save it, which I think is a pretty reasonable choice, all things considered. It's just that they're also going to be 12-5, and that's a pretty sizable deficit that they're looking at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think if you're a Complexity player in the server, you're looking at this situation and thinking it's such a low percentage win. So instead of going for it and full saving next round, just have another do-over. Unfortunately for them, there's some low HP players, and that's not saying that this retake would be doable. They should go for it, but there's an opportunity in this round. Electronics an easy kill, Simple's an easy kill, but with 5 players alive, I mean, the crossfires are going to be really brutal trying to retake the lower bomb site. So 5-12, and even though the scoreline's desperate, that's just not a high percentage retake. I think from here on out, you'll see them go for every retake, pretty much no matter the scenario. They have to start trying to create something.
Yeah, they are running out of runway here. 3, 4 HE grenades being picked up. Rush, the only one, doesn't want to join it. But we love this whole idea. Let's see if they can get some explosions outside. They will toss them in, but Na'Vi quite far away. Didn't even wait for any kind of contact there. Just toss them all out. feel like you're supposed to see if you could at least get some contact before you do it. BlameF will get the kill on Boomage, and Swift Grenade return. Simple will get 1 kill. There's Flamey with the follow-up on Config. And, I don't know, they've taken a bit of damage on the Navi side. They're Simple. Down about 1/3 of health, but now they're going to relocate back towards the B-bomb side yet again. Oh, and that is a good kill.
That's an important kill. Because, I mean, especially in a 3-on-3, Complexity is going to go for
any kind of aggression here, any kind of a free opening into a 2-on-2, and they're just not getting it. Navi playing this one pretty disciplined. Which you like to see. I mean, that's good news.
That would be a Simple, I would imagine. Just saying, you know, I've got contact. He's close up. He's got Electronic behind the silo in the lower sight. He had Perfecto over in the control window. So he's the one just kind of maintaining position and saying, if I shoot, you just peek off my contact. And since he never makes anything, or never sees anything, it's a nice, easy win for Navi. 13-5, just 3 rounds away from taking this first map.
That grenade did land right on top of him. 13-5. Even if you factor in that, you know, what could have been in the first half, it still would have been Navi with a pretty good lead at this point in the game. So we really need to see a real change of pace here for Complexity. They do have the AWP on Poison, and they're on the CT side now. So let's see if maybe the defense is why they picked the map. If maybe it's going to look better than we were expecting. It's kind of going to have to.
Yeah, well, I mean, they don't get another slow start. You know, you're not allowed to do that in 2 halves. They did that on the T side, went down 0-6, had a little bit of a fight to come back, but they need to get started right away. Perfecto, that's a nice headshot onto Oboe, gets caught in an awkward fight. Good swing from Perfecto. Ramp room is lost, and now the defense has to start shifting. Perfecto takes his eyes off outside because he's got to go to the low bomb site. Config is here as well, but he's all alone for the moment and traded immediately.
I just realized, oddly enough, Jason, a slow start turns into a quick ending. So there's always that. Rush and Poison are left, 2-on-4. Yeah, you think about that for a second.
I mean, yeah, that one's a doozy. Nice shot from Poison. Simple's already in the site, though, and he hasn't pounced. 2-on-3, and another one for Poison. Navi's getting a little bit lazy in holding these angles. Flamey's going to come down vents, but it looks like Poison's even kind of ready for that. Oh, there's a timing on it. They need to get this bomb planted right now. Poison again. It's going to be an absolute nightmare. The flick down doesn't connect, and he's brought very low, but now Rush gets involved as well.
Flamey walking in. Oh, he's just a step away from taking him down. Then it's a 2-on-1. 15 seconds on the clock. And Rush, he's so exposed out here. He almost has to wait for the bomb plant now, but even that could be scary. There's the peak, and Flamey will take him down. So close, but some of these clutches just seem to... They can't go the way of Complexity for whatever reason. 14-5.
I don't think Complexity's won a single clutch in these. Maybe one, but I doubt it. I can't recall. I only recall the ones that Simple's taken in the first half, so none of these late round scenarios are going their favor. And it's a shame. As we've mentioned it, I mean, it seems like if they could have had just 1 or 2 of maybe the 5 or 6 that we've seen, this could be an entirely different ball game. Instead, it's Navi just burying Complexity on Nuke.
Well, there's Config with an opening, just a deal, and it's taken down Flamey. So it's a good start. There will be some revenge, and also Boomage outside. They did drop Config in there, so Perfecto able to make that work. But they've invested a lot into this round. Not everything. They still have some money left. I don't know why they didn't invest more into this round. Are they playing for a 10-round overtime comeback?
Yeah, I mean, I think most of them would be sitting at, what, like 3,000 or low 3,000s in their money. I think they just felt like they couldn't get a solid buy, but I know your reasoning. I think at this kind of a scoreline, this far back, I don't necessarily think there's a wrong answer to criticize. You know, you're either fighting with barely enough to really have a clean battle and maybe preserving, you know, 14 rounds on Navi, or you're just way too far gone at 5-15. 3-on-2, there goes Rush. Simple finds him. And it's a 3-on-1, although BlameF does have an AK-47. However, he has burned down to 75 HP.
Yeah.
Simple's only died 6 rounds, Anders.
Yeah, and maybe you think, well, maybe he hasn't been in the action that much. But that's not true either. He's been in all of the action. he's also got 22 kills. It's outrageous. He's pretty good at what he does. And Blame F, again, given the economy, even though you would love to try and clutch it, I think as soon as he's off the fire up there, it's better to try and walk away. That will make it 15-5 in favor of Navi. I don't even know the scale of the breakdown that Navi would have to not find one more round out of the next 10. It's hard to imagine, isn't it?
Yeah, I can't think of what would have to happen. I don't know. There'd have to be a whole lot of weird events occur. And this is a game, remember, a lot of the pregame and a lot of the positives about Navi was simple and electronic, always being there for the team. This is a game where electronic hasn't even had to do a whole lot of work, so Complexity hasn't even had to face, the second beast of Navi. Flamey's having a good performance. He's got 19 kills, 11 deaths. Perfecto and Boomich are doing exactly what they should be doing, is just providing a solid baseline. 13 kills on Perfecto, 12 on Boomich. And it seems like they know Blame F is there.
Yeah, they checked it the hard way, throwing explosives at him. Had another one coming in
and
there.
And a Molotov.
So, yeah, it's a good thing that he's moved out of the position, but you have to imagine they're still going to be a little bit worried and actually go and check it, which, if they do, he's at a big disadvantage with the health.
We'll see. Off angle. Electronic is going to clear it. The shadow shows. And right through the smoke for Poison is able to steal one away. Maybe a second, but the timing's not there. And now jumping on top the Pure over the smoke, but they've already crossed his vision.
Yeah, they're down there really quickly. Flamey is holding up in the lobby. And if they get the bomb down, then Flamey's position just increases in value a lot, because he could suddenly be the guy to come down the vent late, make sure no one's rotating in this way. It's all just really, really good. Obo sneaking into a dangerous position. They might come from the door as well, and they will take down Config from that position. Obo's still alive in there, but only for a second. That was simple. Narrow angle on that door, and now it's a 2... Well, make it a 1-on-4. Forget what I said.
Poor Poison just pulls out a flashbang. Man, Navi, that's a powerful hit. They actually had downstairs control so quickly before anyone from Complexity rotated there, but they were being very cautious and clearing everything out. That allowed Complexity to actually rotate into the proper positions, but I mean, basically it just ended up giving them a chance to get their heads ripped off. So 16-5.